Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Lukaholics. I'm your host, Marcus E. I got my Salt Lake King, my big dog over there, man, my big bro, Mike G. We back in the building, man. We have a very, very special guest today. Good brothers on the 24/7 Mav page. And he knows his Mav. He knows basketball. So I appreciate the knowledge that you put on that page, man. It's good vibes, man. It's good discussion, and you never have a negative intent. You always kind of just say exactly what's real about it. So I appreciate that, man. Yes, sir.
Bro.
Special guest Bervick, man. Brother, thank you again, man, for coming on the show, man. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Dallas, Texas, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Every day, all day. D-Town, baby. The real D-Town. They like to say Detroit, the real D-Town. I may give them some props there, but
Mhm.
again, it's Dallas every day, all day. As long
That's
as
what
we
I like to
discussing
hear.
the Mavericks. I
That's
love
what
my
I like.
Cowboys, but I'm going through with a little something with them. But hey, man, you know,
Yes, sir.
I
Sir.
Yeah.
breathe Dallas. Yeah.
You know what? Funny you mentioned that because I was originally born in Dallas, so
Oh, for real.
I'm a
Okay,
Dallas
cool.
boy
Okay,
at heart.
gotcha. Okay. So gotcha. So the connection already there. Okay.
Catching right there, man.
How long you been a fan, bro?
And I've been a fan, like a diehard Mavs fan, I would say since, if I had to be honest, like 2008.
Hmm.
You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Because I was like on and off with them.
Got you.
But then I was like, you know what? Let me just sit down and watch them. Let me get serious about this, right? Because if I'm gonna rep Dallas, I gotta rep them the right way.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
one day I just sat down, watched the Mavericks, and it went up from there.
Mhm.
Especially the year we won the championship. I mean, I was on before that, but that year with them winning the championship, that solidified my status, as a fan. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
100%. 100%. So
Yes,
you came
sir.
in right during the Rick Carlisle era, like right when he first came in. So that was a definitely a great time to come into the MFFL
Yeah,
family.
for sure.
All right, man. We gonna get right into it today, man. Suns, Mavs, Luka, KD score off one more time this season, man. Uh, let's discuss this, bro. Let's discuss this because the thing is, this is a whole different game.
Hmm.
We've never
Yeah.
seen this game before all season with the new additions. You know, the Suns are healthy. We're healthy. This about to be
hmm
one of them dog fights, man. What you think, Mike?
Well, I love how you mentioned it's Luka versus KD and not Luka versus Booker. I love how you just like did Devin Booker like that. That was like the perfect way to start the show there, is by not even mention Devin Booker's name.
Not
So
at
perfect start to that. Yeah, Thursday night, first game out of the All-Star break. We got primetime NBA action, two of the best stars in the NBA, three of the best stars in the NBA. Luka, Kyrie, KD going at it. I think this is going to be a different animal that Phoenix isn't ready for. We got size, we got athleticism, we got shooting. We're on a 6 game win streak. Luka's in MVP mode.
all.
Kyrie, that last game that he played before the All-Star break, he was just on fire, could not miss. And he was getting into his Uncle Drew bag. Like it was just amazing. Like all cylinders are firing at the right time for the Mavs right now.
I'm wondering what they're going to do with that 15 spot. That's where I'm wondering what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, I think the best route to do now is just sign AJ Lawson to a full turn his two-way into a full contract. I think that's
Yes.
just the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. I second that. Because I feel like AJ Lawson has earned it. And we all know that, he can score. At times you can almost label him as a walking bucket, depending on how the game is played. But one of the things that stand out to me about AJ is his defense, right?
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people don't speak on that. Like he's a good defender. To me, he's an above average defender. He's not one that'll really just stand out to you, but
Mhm.
I feel like he does his job very well. So I feel like that 15 spot should definitely go to him. Especially when I look at the buyout market, not anyone who interests me or anyone I feel who can move the needle for this team.
Yes.
So yeah, AJ Lawson would be my pick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like AJ, man. I've I wanted him to play more in those games that we end up losing in when they have Tim Hardaway just just kind of throwing up all over the place.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Is
Let's
that who y'all talking about?
what's the who that Hardaway?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The love and hate relationship I got with that person, with that guy, man. Whew. He he's another story, man. I think he's a whole pod by himself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's man, Tim Hardaway. You described it best, man. Because I have a love and hate relationship with him, and I think that's most of the fans, right?
Mhm.
I feel like when Tim Hardaway is on, he's on, but when he's off, and it's like he's not just off,
Ugly
he's like
off.
man, ugly off. And I do like his mentality though, because he's a shooter. So if he miss it, but then it's a good and a bad thing, right? At a certain point, you should know when to switch a game up, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Not to. Sometimes he can be a little greedy, and I feel like that's where a lot of his off nights come from. After a while, you have to play around the team. You have to let the game come to you. And some nights he does do that well,
Mhm.
but unfortunately, I feel like this is just who Tim Hardaway is, right? He wouldn't be Tim Hardaway without, you know,
You
with
just
what
gotta
we
be. You
see.
just gotta think, man. You just gotta think more, bro. Like, put the ball on the ground, bro. Get to your midi. Get to your midi, bro. Just get warm. They're not gonna respect this, so they're going to close out the close out because they don't
Right.
expect
Yeah.
you, getting to the bucket.
Right.
And I think we talked about it the other day. Like he has probably the one of the prettiest. He has a Ken Griffey swing type of jump shot. It's beautiful, bro.
Man,
It's just don't go
beautiful.
in sometimes.
Right. Yeah, it's like how, man, he has one of the best jump shots in the league, easily, right? And it's like, dang, how you have such a beautiful jump shot, but the shot doesn't always align with the form, right? Because
Right.
at times you feel like, it should go in, but it don't. But it goes back to him, not being as consistent and efficient as, sometimes we expect him to be or hope him to be.
Mhm.
But at this point, I just feel like this is who he is, and I done made peace with that.
Dante Exum, man. I think he had a stretch in December who I just fell in love. I was like, yes, there's our Jerry Stackhouse right there. Yes, sir.
Ooh,
He's
I
gonna
like.
he's gonna get it done, man. He's good IQ. He can shoot the three. He can drive, and when he drives, he's not trying to do a layup. He's trying to score on you. You know,
Right.
we need a dog like that. That's a perfect dog, man. When Luca's out, when Luca's off, when Kai's off, you know, someone who's not going to just settle for the three. And yeah, man, I really fool with Dante. Which I think-
I agree. I mean, we've touched on this before. People forget that this guy was the fifth overall pick in his draft by Utah. So he was a highly regarded draft pick, prospect coming out of Australia and coming out of college. So there was a lot of high expectations for this guy. And he had some good years in Utah, being down here in Salt Lake. I got to see quite a few of his games. He was, that same type of player that we have now. And it's just injuries kind of derailed him a little bit and just kind of never recovered from that. And no one gave him a chance after that. I think he went to Europe or back to Australia. I forget where he went.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah. And Dallas gave him a chance and he's been revived.
big time, big time.
Yeah. I mean, because the potential was always there, right? Even before the injuries, did a number on him. But with that being said, I feel like he's our third ball handler. When
Mhm.
healthy. Because I know at the time when Dinwiddie was available, fans was looking to bring him in. As a matter of fact, I was one of them. because during his time as a Maverick, I feel like he balled out.
Yeah, he did.
But I think, in a way that's kind of a slap in the face to Exum, right? Because, during his time being healthy, I feel like he did great as a third ball handler. And, as Marcus said, he didn't settle with the three. He was aggressive with it. And I feel like he as a lot of players on the team are or can be, he doesn't limit himself when he has the ball. He's very versatile with it. And I love his aggression when it comes to the game, man. It's that I remember the Laker game. What I think it was earlier this year. I can't remember. It was here in Dallas, and Dante, he was a big factor in us, bringing that game home. So right now I do feel like the team in a way is missing that. We're not missing much of it because right now we playing so well. So it's kind of easy to, forget about Dante Exum. Unfortunately, I did just now until you brought him up. So forgive me, Dante Exum. But but yeah, I feel like once he comes back, especially when healthy, that adds a different kind of dynamic to this team. So I'm looking forward to that.
Man, it's hard not to come off biased, man, but we know that we got something good here. That's a fact.
Yeah,
I don't think we can cap about a healthy team like this.
right.
If we can get into that fourth, fifth spot, that'd be great.
Mhm.
But I feel like we shouldn't be playing an in tournament game.
No,
Healthy
that's
guys,
Mhm.
no.
no.
You know,
I mean, no team wins 6 in a row and still be considered a scrub team. Like it's tough to win 6 games in a row in this league.
mhm.
I don't care
Mhm.
what your schedule's like. Every team, regardless if it's the Pistons compared to the Celtics, all the way up to the Celtics, you run into 6 straight games and win all six. That's that's something. Then you can be talked about for a little bit. Like it's not easy. I mean, any team can go out there and beat you you have to be clicking on offense and defense for 6 straight games. That's not easy to do.
Got to be.
Right.
Got to be. And I had some numbers here, man. I mean, you're looking at 38% these last 6 games, 38% from the 3-point line. You know,
Right.
that's great. Averaging almost 50, 40, 45 to 50 rebounds a game. And since PJ and
Daniel
Doc got
Gallo.
here, we're up to 50 rebounds a game, bro. Like that was our biggest need for years, for a decade, since Tyson left.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, because just looking at the statistics alone, you can see where the improvements are, right? But what I love about this is that I feel like the Mavs are no longer a team that lives and die by the three. I
Mhm.
feel like there's more ways to win now. And it's funny that it took something as simple as getting a backup center, right? Along with, filling that four position because, now we have a true four. Maxi was a true four, right? Or is a true four, but I feel like he's best suited as a backup.
Hmm.
Um, so, I feel like with these two, two new additions to the team, we're no longer that team that, has to live and die by the three. We can do damage, from beyond the arc or inside the paint, right? So you're gonna have to pick your poison with this team.
Yes,
So
man.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Luka and Kyrie live on that mid-range game. They
right.
attack that midi. The Luka with the one-legged fadeaway, Kyrie with the blow by and then the pull up from the free throw line, or he gets to the rim and then pulls out his Uncle Drew moves like with his crazy layups uh and like puts the English on the rim and he can score at any angle. I mean, some of the layups he was scoring in the last game before the All-Star break
Ridiculous,
was
man.
just unbelievable. I could not believe like he got like some of these off. Like he went right at Wembanyama. Uh,
Yeah,
that one move up
that was
move
filthy.
baseline, and then he like flipped it up backwards from the front of the rim in Wemby's face. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. I said when Kyrie retires, man, he's gonna is his layup package will be in red rope. and they're gonna have British soldiers protecting it, bro. Like it's gonna be one of those, bro. Like is that is that lethal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, man, I think we got the players, man, and we just grab some chemistry, stay healthy, and you never know, bro. You never know.
Right.
Nico, thank you once again. Thank you.
Yeah, man, Nico, he's played his cards well, and he knew exactly. I feel like even from the beginning, right? I mean, because it's clear that he did a good job at, figuring out this team. Figuring out exactly what is needed to, push us in the right direction.
Mhm.
And I feel like his tenure as a GM, I feel like so far he has not only met expectations but exceeded them. Because I can't remember the last time, I felt this excited, when it come to trades. Because I feel like as an organization, it really wasn't a thing, right? I
Mhm.
think under what was his name, Dunny Nelson.
Yep.
Yeah. So I feel like with Nico, it's like you expect him to make some kind of trade, right? You expect him to make some kind of move. And so far, he's shown me that he's ready to rewrite history with this organization, and I'm along for the ride, man.
Oh yeah. So got to our part of our show, man, where we want to talk. We want to talk Mavs trivia, man. See where you guys.
No,
We're gonna do it like a little game here, man. I thought about it. Actually, just made it up in my head just about 10 minutes ago. So we're gonna do a Dallas Maverick belt, man. Normally, Mike G will be holding the crown when we do have a guest on the show. I'm gonna have Mike G pretty much holding the crown, and who could come on here and beat out Mike G with the right answers. Then you take the Mav belt home that night, and that's yours. So
all right.
let's get it, man. Let's get it. So
I'm gonna try
best
to
out,
make it
best out of three,
competitive.
man. Best out of three.
All right.
Boy, I'm nervous. I'm nervous now.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man.
Who was the first Dallas Maverick to have his jersey retired? Brad Davis, Mark Aguirre, Derek Harper, or Orlando Blackman?
Was it? Dang, is it? It got to be between Blackman and Derek Harper. Was it Blackman?
Yeah, Brad Davis, Mark Aguirre, Derek Harper, or Orlando Blackman. The first Dallas Maverick to ever has his jersey retired.
I'm gonna say Rolando Blackman.
Yeah, that's what
No?
I said. It's
Right
Blackman.
answers?
Well,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, because the only reason why I say that is because Mark Aguirre left to go win championship with Detroit. So I'm not gonna say he got it right away. So Brad Davis is on my radar.
and was Harper traded to the Mavericks at one point?
Yeah, he was not always a Maverick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blackman served the longest tenure with the Mavs.
It got to be Blackman.
Blackman?
I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna say Brad Davis.
Brad Davis? All right.
Oh, okay. All right, that's
Something
one.
about
That's
Brad
one
Davis, I
though.
was like, they got me. I was like, huh?
See, he
Because
crossed my mind, but I was like,
here's my logic. Blackman had a longer career than Davis, so his jersey got retired later on when he retired.
Mm,
Davis played shorter,
gotcha,
so that's why I went with the logic there.
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So who holds the franchise single season record for assists? Steve Nash, Derek Harper, Jay Kidd, or Brad Davis?
Is it Jason Kidd?
You got Kidd. Who you got, Mike?
Single season for most assists in a season
Hmm.
But then I want to say Derek Harper. Uh,
because Nash was feeding Dirk back in the day. Kid was at the end of his career, so I'm not gonna say Kid. I'm gonna say Nash wasn't high up there in assists. So I'm gonna say
It couldn't be Nash. Uh,
Derek Harper.
yeah, that's
But you got two. You got there to be.
yeah.
Oh man, y'all sleeping on our coach, man. Y'all
It
still
is
sleeping on
Jason.
Jay Kidd,
It was
man.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd, bro.
And see, that was my first answer too. Oh,
The only
see that
reason why,
that
like, yeah, he
Man.
had a lot of assists, but
So still 1-0, still 1-0.
see Jason Kidd was drafted by the Mavericks, so it's
You got to
yeah,
get
that's
this one.
true.
Man. You got to get this one, B. You got to get this one. All right. Who
yeah.
was the 24th player drafted by the Mavericks in a 95 draft? Was it Scott Hackins, Johnny Taylor, Lauren Meyer, or Monte Williams? The 24th player in the NBA 95 draft.
I'm out of my element there. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm gonna say Scott Hackett.
Well, at least you was up 1-0, but that was wrong. You way off. Lauren Meyer, man. He was the 24th pick in the 95.
To be fair, I was only a year old when that draft happened.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't even I became a fan in 299, so I would have missed that too. But Mike G still got the belt.
Yeah.
It stays in the chambers of Lukaholics, man. But you are more welcome, man, to come back on and try again, bro.
Oh yeah. I got to level up after tonight, so I'm gonna come for that belt.
Thank you guys again for coming to the show. Man, bro, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Anytime that you want to come through again, bro, hit me on my inbox. We'll set up a time and date. Whether it's a back to back or whatever, man. As long as if you want to come through, slide on through, bro. Slide on through.
Gotcha. Anytime, my brother. And again, I truly appreciate the invite, and I thank you both for having me, man. This felt good. It really did, especially to be in a room with like-minded Mavs fans. It could get no better than this. So
Yes, sir.
again, I truly appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. Mike G, man. Always, dog. It's always a pleasure, man.
always a pleasure, Marcus, see my brother.